So now there is a concept called as Python operators. When we talk about operators is concerned, you guys already seen these operators in mathematics. Not only C, C++ or Java, something else. Every programming languages operators are common. Whenever you take a language, normally in mathematics we have seen arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. So they are plus, minus, which is a subtraction, multiplication, division, comma, modulus. These are the very basic operators we have seen in mathematics. So even though these operators are mandatory in case of programming languages also, apart from this, you have seen in mathematics like comparison operators. Comparison operators. So they are less than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, double equal to, not equal to. These operators you have seen. I think rest of the operators you have not seen. I think we have to understand why they're required, where they're required, when they're required. Because obviously it's mandatory to understand, because the whole programming language we require to be automate our manual task into automation. Therefore we require these operators. So firstly, we have to understand what do you mean by operator. Firstly, we have to define what do you mean by operator. So in order to define an operator, basically it's a symbol. Operator is the symbol which is having predefined meaning. To perform a specific task. To perform a specific task. So it's a symbol. Generally, plus is the symbol. Plus is the symbol to perform some operation. Minus, which is called as a subtraction operator. Something called as, this is called, asterisk. In computer terminology, this will be called as asterisk. We should not call it as a multiplication, but formally multiplication operator it is. In computer point of view, this operator is to be called as asterisk. And this is going to be a forward slash, but it will be act as a division operator. See, our mathematical concept is different. Computer terminology will be different. You should be in a position to understand that. Obviously, this is called as percentile symbol in case of mathematics, but it will be called, modulus, which throws a reminder of a division operation. So this is how every operator has its own predefined meaning that we should understand. Am I clear? Let me show you rest of the operators. So the operators are, arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, membership operators, identity operators, and finally bitwise operators. These are the 7 categories of the operators we have in mathematics, or sorry, in programming language is called Python. So apart from this, in Java, C, C++, so you have seen these operators, but some of them are not available. I think in Java, membership operator is not available, identity operators are not available. Rest of all the operators are available, because even Java is also more powerful, which is also platform independent. Obviously, but we cannot compare Python with Java, because Java has its own merits and demerits, and Python has a rich set of merits. We cannot compare, right? So let us see what are the operators we have. So when we compare with arithmetic operators, this is called as an addition operator plus, This is a subtraction operators, and this is multiplication operator, and this is a division operator, modulus operator, exponential operators, and finally we have a floor division operator. So here it's due to color, I think it's not visible to you. So the exponential operator will be one pair of asterisk symbols will be act as exponential operator. Comes to division, forward slash, and this is the like subtraction. These are the operators we have seen. Rest of the operators, I'll show you what's the difference between floor division operator, division operator, but there is a relation between these two operators, and I'll show you what is the purpose of exponential operator also with the hands-on knowledge. Yeah, and let's go to another type of operator will be comparison operator, which is a relational operators. Obviously, less than or equal to, greater than or equals to, double equals to, and not equal. These are the operators also known as the comparison operators. Right? Yes. And comes to logical operators, and are not. So these operators in C programming, C++ and Java, and will be equal to this operator. One pair of the symbols will be act as a logical AND operator. OR operator will be act, these two are called as OR operator. Not operator will be this operator. But whereas in case of the Python, AND will be act as AND, OR will be act as OR, and NOT will be act as a NOT, isn't it? They will be symbolically noted as AND or NOT. Anyhow, I'll be give the hands-on knowledge to you, just to you try to understand that. Yes. Yes. So now there is a next kind of an operator will be assignment operator. Single equal operator will be act as an assignment operator. This operator will be very most useful in most of the cases to assign the value from a particular right hand side value to the left hand side variable. This is also the combinationally we use plus equal, minus equal, and star equal, division equal, and all these are the combinations and associativity between these two operators. I'll show you where exactly these operators will be useful for you in hands-on knowledge. I think this is not right time for you. You cannot understand also. Yeah. And comes to membership operators, we have in, not in operators. These operators are not used in other programming language, but these two are having a specific significance. Let me demonstrate with the appropriate example. There is an identity operators, is and is not. Symbolically, they used to be represented with these two operators. And lastly, we have a bitwise operators. Bitwise and single ampersand operator will be act as a bitwise and. This pipeline symbol will be act as a binary bitwise OR operator. So this cap operator will be act as a XOR operator, exclusive operator, and this is going to be a less than symbol will be act as a left shift operator. It is useful. It is equivalent operator for the multiplication operator. This operator will be called as a one pair of a right greater than symbols will be act as binary right shift operator, which is equal to division operator. Lastly, we have there is an operator is called as a ones complement operator. Right. So I hope most of the operators you guys have come to know. Some of the operators are going to be already aware. Some of the operators you never be seen, and you don't know where they will be applicable also. So you have seen that there will be 7 categories of the operators. So probably you guys are familiar with only 2 operators, arithmetic and comparison operators. Rest of the operators are unfamiliar to you. So let's go to the hands-on knowledge and try to understand them. So do you have any questions till now? Somebody already aware?
No, sir. No, sir.
See, if you have any questions, please you can raise your hand at any time. So you need not to hesitate. Right? Yeah, yeah. So in the previous class, I have created one practice file called quality thought practice. So that I'm going to open right now. Yes. So this is the one cloud computing tool with which we can able to execute Python related programs. So these are already concepts you have completed. Comments in Python. I hope you are seeing my screen, right? So data types. So now I'll be talking about the concept called as operators concept. This file is you can share through your mobile or WhatsApp. Operators in Python. So there are 7 types of operators we have. Arithmetic operator, relational, logical, assignment, membership, identity. Lastly, we have you know bitwise operator. Yes. So these are the 7 categories of the operators we have. They will be applicable at different situations. We need to be understand them properly so that in real time scenario, some of them are going to be useful for you. Depends on the application. Yeah. So let's see. Arithmetic operators. So obviously they used to perform arithmetic operations. So we know the arithmetic operators. So let us see, you will be taking some example. A is equal to 100, B is equal to 200. So these two are identifiers or objects which are holding A as 100 and B as 200. So to demonstrate an arithmetic operations, like I'll be performing print some result. Obviously A plus B. So this is gives you this output as sum as 300. So plus operator, whatever the mathematical uh, operation will be performed, the same thing is also going to be performed over here, right? Yeah, yeah. And similarly, we can also create another line and we can perform print. Here line by line can also be executed. That's the power of a notebook. CO lab is the notebook. Subtraction result. A minus B. That will give you exactly as mathematics, as well as it will be give you as computationally, programmatically. Similarly, we can perform multiplication result. A into B. Like 100 into 200 is going to become this. But similarly, here I'll be performing, if you perform the division operation, you will be get coefficient as result. A divided by B. Let's see the output. So this is going to be, 0.5 will be the result. Now in the same place, if I perform, there is an operator is called as a floor division operator. One pair of forward slashes will be act as, this is floor division operator. Floor or integer division. You see the difference? So here you have to understand, this 0 will be an integer portion, this 5 is going to be a decimal portion. But wherever there is a result is required only integer portion, then we are going to apply with this particular floor division operation. If you don't want decimal portion in the coefficient, then you go with the floor division. If you want both integer and decimal portion, go with this particular division operation. That's the difference, because in most of the situations, in data analysis, in most of the situations, we bothered about integer portion, we don't bother about this decimal portion. But if you look at certain earthquake scaling, certain situation, even decimal portion is also required. But whenever we talk about average values, we don't bother about decimal portion, we bother about integer portion. Therefore we go with a floor division whenever we are required only integer portion. Am I clear? Do you understand the difference between division normal operator and the floor division operator? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes. Yeah. So lastly, we have there is a modulus operator which will be throws reminder result, which will be a percentile symbol p. Percentile symbol mathematically we say, but here in the computer we have to tell this particular operator as a modulus operator. Modulus. This operator is called as a modulus operator, which returns the remainder as output. 100 divided by 200. So obviously 100 is not divisible by the 200. Therefore, the remainder is going to become 100 itself. Yes or no? Otherwise, you can take some simple value that x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 2. Now, if we divide, then the remainder is going to be something else. Why? So remainder is going to become a 2 to the 4, right? So remainder is going to become a 1. This is how the remainder is going to be given by the modulus operator. Lastly, we have an operator is called as exponential operator. So where print exponential. Result is, what is the exponential operator? Basically x double star y. Double star will be double asterisk value, isn't it? Right? So obviously it will be performed x is 5, y is 2. So obviously 5 to the power of 2. So that the result is going to become what? 25. 5 into 5, twice it will be multiplied. So that will be become, you know what? 25 will be the resultant. It's like a power operation. 2 to the power of 5, 5 to the power of 2, like that, you know. So exponential operation will be does in the form of, power operation. So I hope all 7 operators we have seen, in arithmetic operators, plus, minus, and multiplication, division, modulus, power, exponential operation, and obviously floor division operator. I hope all these operators will be, most useful in most of the situations. Do you have any doubts related to arithmetic operators?
Sir, can you please tell us modulus operators once again?
Yes. See, the modulus will see if whenever you perform the division operation, generally, modulus will return a reminder, and the coefficient will be generated by the division operator. See, let's suppose here I'll be performing division, which is coefficient x divided by y. You see the result? Yeah. See, if you divide, obviously x is what? 5, right?
Oh,
Yes, 5 will be performed like this, right? So 2 to the 4, 2 to the 4, right? So divided by, so remainder is going to be 1. If you take, one value over here, so that it is
oh,
going to become,
okay, sir. Okay, sir. I
yes.
understand.
So this is going to be a coefficient. So remainder is going to become a, remainder is a result of this, and the division 2 will be 2.5.
Yes.
Yes. This is how,
Okay.
it will be, gives the result. Same, our mathematical knowledge and programming operation knowledge is same, but here computer will perform, there human will perform. That's all. Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Vaishnavi, Venkat, Rudra, Bhavya, Akleshwar. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Yes. No. I'll be talking about the next operator is called. Next type of an operator will be relational operators. What are the relational operators we have now? Less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, double equals to, not equals to. These are the relational operators, also known as comparison operators. In mathematics, we call them as comparison operators. See, basically, what is the use of these operators? We used to be compare two entities or objects. What do you mean by objects? Basically, obviously anything will be treated as an object. So probably ECE percentage is less than with the CSE percentage or not. We are comparing percentages, not only numerical value, but also we can compare with strings also. One more point to be understand here: comparison operators compare strings and numeric values. So now let's see, by taking some example, we'll get to know what exactly these operator will be useful and where they will be useful. Yeah. So this, whatever I'm typing here, it will be made available as a book for you, because I'm not part of this WhatsApp group or something for you. So if anybody want this particular file, please just ping me personally, so that I'll be shared this particular file with your mobile, so that you can open in your laptop and you can see this particular file for your reference. This is my mobile number. Yes. Now I'll be demonstrate about demonstration about relational operators. Right now, firstly, what is the scenario? We need to write a program, right? A Python program to compare flight fuel level. See, what is the program we need to write? We need to write a program, either with Python or Java or anything. Flight fuel level we need to be compared. What is the basic business logic? The business logic is that if fuel level goes less than 10 liters, then we need to launch. We need to launch or land that flight immediately. Else we can keep other flights in air. Yes. So this is the basic logic. How you are going to write a program here? So let's suppose now the fuel level. Fuel level might be 9 liters. Fuel level might be 9 liters. If fuel level goes lesser than 10 liters, then obviously what do we say? We say that land that flight immediately. If in case some of the other flights might be sorted order, they will be sorting application, sorting algorithm will be sort the, let's suppose the 10 flights are there in the air, to which flight we need to give a preference will be sorted out by the system based on their levels of the fuel. So if in case other flights does not have this problem, they might have a more than 10 liters of petrol, then obviously what we will see, what we'll do, obviously we'll see that, what, rest of the flights are keep in the air. This is the logic we write. So whenever we want to compare the fuel level. This is an application area where we will be take this particular less than operator. So what exactly happens here? So because the current flight whatever we have taken is 9 liters, the 9 is lesser than 10. Yes, if 9 is lesser than 10, this particular action will be taken place. In case if I take 10, here we have to take equal also, less than or equal to. Now still it will be taking land immediately. In case if you take 11 liters, it is greater than 10 liters, right? So 11 is not less than 10. Obviously this particular condition will fail. So then else part is going to be executed. What's executed now? So rest of the flights, obviously keep in the air, because if the flight has more than 10 liters, obviously it doesn't make any difference. So flight can be land after few minutes also. It doesn't make any difference. But less than 10 liters is little difficult, because at any time flight might be go in a reserve. So if it is goes in reserve, it will be a problem for the flight. So proactively we used to take this kind of actions. Yeah. Now, so you have seen how where we apply less than and where we apply less than or equal to. For the same logic, I'll be writing in another way. Here I'm going to write greater than symbol. Greater than symbol means if it is greater than 10, this logic will be come to here. That depends on the person to person. We write this particular logic. We write this particular logic here. If it is greater than 10. If it is lesser than 10, if it is, yeah. So now here we have used. So that depends on the logic, how you are writing. If it is goes greater than 10, obviously these all flights will be keep in the air. You see now, all the flights, rest of the flights or all the flights keep in the air, whichever the status is greater than 10 liters of fuel. If in case, if the 8 liters will be left over, now obviously land that flight immediately. So even here we can make it as equal. If it is greater than or equal, so we can keep, obviously in the air. Otherwise, it will be land immediately. This is how less than or less than equal to, isn't it? So there is a possibility where we can make it as a equal also. So I think let us take another example. Let's take another example. Example. Write a Python program to compare mobile battery backup. Battery backup. What is the logic basically we follow to compare the battery backup? Basically, let's suppose case one. Case one. What is the case one? If your battery backup will be goes lesser than 20 percentage of battery backup, we expect that our alert message that alert that connect your mobile to the charger. In case 2. What is the case 2? If battery backup will be go beyond 100 or equal to 100. Alert message is that, kindly discharge your mobile from the charger. Yeah. So now this is the case where we supposed to write. So now here the first case is that, let's suppose you take one input value. So let's suppose battery backup is equal to int input. You take enter your mobile battery. See, we are not going to enter in real-time scenario. Already, sensor will take your battery backup charges. Mobile status of mobile battery status. Mobile battery status or level, battery level we can say. Now, what I'm taking the first case is that if battery backup, isn't it? So is equal to 100. What happens here? There is a one case is that print fully charged. Fully charged. ELIF, if the BB battery backup may go beyond 100. Sometimes we used to be keep battery the same to the plug to the electric switch. So there it will be, it will be there print that kindly unplug your mobile from the charger to improve battery life. See, you may observe or not, I don't know. In case laptop, most of the situation nowadays, ELIF battery backup for your laptop is, if it is goes greater than 60% of level, it will tell you that, what, print laptop is sufficient charged kindly unplug your charger. This is the message you will be seeing. There is another case for the mobile. If it battery backup will go less than 20, obviously what it tells, your mobile has insufficient battery backup kindly charge. This is the message will be given. So obviously, greater than 20 will be, it will be obviously we can take a ELIF battery backup greater than 20. I think it doesn't give you any message to you, but it will be safe. You have your mobile is reached almost 20 percentage of charging left. So kindly charge proactively. Kindly charge proactively. This is the message also can be given. Lastly, else no alert. No alert. So I wanted to be give you where less than, greater than, all these symbols are used for comparison. Now I'm executing, system is asking me to give. So what I'm giving here, so let's do one thing. This complete program, different case studies we have. Copy. There is a tool called Python Tutor. There is a tool called Python Tutor. This tool will give you proper visualization, how line by line will flow, how the line by line flow will get executed. It's a free version tool. We can make use of it. It will be show you very clearly how the flow will be get executed. Yeah, I'm just visualize this. I'm removing this program. I'm pasting our program. This is our program. So now I'm visualizing. Yes. Now system is asking me to give input. What output I'm giving. Firstly, I'm giving 100. If I click enter, yeah. Now currently the 100 will be taken. Battery backup is 100 now. What I'm doing here at this moment, wherever the red color or mark is pointing, here the comparison is taking place. What's the comparison is taking place? Now currently battery backup I have given is 100. Is 100 battery backup is equal to this 100? If it is satisfies the if condition, if the if condition is true, then it will be tells you that fully charged as an output over here. Here it will be tells you output to you. Here it will be give you. You see now. Let me click next. Yes. If you look at, there is an output displayed here, fully charged. As soon as one condition executed successfully, rest of the, see, as soon as this particular body will be executed, all these lines cannot be executed. They does not involve into participation of execution because we are testing one condition. Let's suppose that's the reason even this red mark became disabled, because still rest of the lines don't execute. Now I'll take another case study rather than equal 100. Let's take another case study. What's the case study now? Is greater than 100. Charging is greater than 100. Let's suppose we execute now. Now again we are visualizing. Now I'm entering 101. Now battery backup is 101. Now is 101 is equal to 100? No. Obviously this print statement will be not executed. It will be comes to this particular statement. Is 101 is greater than 100? Yes. So if condition is true, this kindly unplug your battery mobile in order to improve the battery backup, or maybe no lifetime of a battery. Let's see next. You see, directly cursor came to here because this if statement failed. Now next, now this print statement will be shown to you as an executed. Kindly unplug your battery to improve the battery life. This is the message will be given to you. I hope now you understand. Now I'll be taking another case where greater than 60. Now obviously, now visualize. Now I'm giving 62 as input. Now how the comparison is 62 equal to 100? No. Is 62 is the greater than 100? No. Is 62 is the greater than 60? Yes. If it true, it will be displayed as output. You know what? You see, laptop is sufficient charged. Kindly unplug your charger. This is how. Depending on as many number of conditions you will be right, accordingly comparisons are going to be take place, right? And now another case, obviously another case is that so 18% I am charging. I have charged 18%. Next, this condition failed. 18 is not equal to 100. 18 is not greater than 100. 18 is not a greater than 60. It will become to 18 is less than 20. Yes, if it is less than 20, your mobile has insufficient battery. That will be gives to you as an output to you. You see, your mobile has an insufficient battery backup. Kindly charged proactively. This is how as many number of cases we give. Let's suppose if I give another case. What is the case now? I'll be giving minus 2 as an input. Minus 2 will be output. Obviously, if you give input minus 2, obviously is minus 2 is equal to 100? No. Is minus 2 is greater than 100? No. Is minus 2 is greater than 60? No. Is minus 2 less than 20? No. Is minus 2, obviously, if it is less than 20, obviously it will be goes to minus 2, which is equal to or not equal to we have to write. So that, no alert message will be given. Let's suppose I'll be giving a wrong input. What is the input I'll be giving you? Something give you, I'll be giving B as an input. Sometimes user used to be give a wrong input, which is not a sufficient data type. Let's suppose yes will be given as our input. Obviously, what happens here? So it is going to give you alphabets are not going to be taken because here data type will be given. Now, obviously, we can change the program. We can edit the program. If we remove this, yeah. So now visualize. So now here I'm giving A as an input. So here you see data types already we have seen in the previous classes. A is not equal to. So here obviously string and integers are not going to be combined. See, data type knowledge is mandatory. Character type, integer type, string type, boolean type, all these data types I have shown to you. Here A is the string type, 100 is the integer type. Definitely they will be not going to be taken. So here likewise, logically we have to write a program according to the required logic. Yes or no? So obviously battery backup always it will be there in a integer form. Therefore, we have to take into consideration the right logic is, integer. The right logic is integer, which is a typecasting. Int, which is a typecasting is required. Otherwise, input function always taken everything as a string, which I have demonstrated as a note. So I hope you understand how to compare a numerical values with a comparison operators. Let's go to uh, so now here, yes. Now I told that the comparison operators not only used to compare numerical values. Let us take another example. Relational operators are not only compare numeric values but also compare strings. Yes or no? Now what I'm comparing here, I'm comparing nowadays. If you go to bank, your PAN card name and Aadhaar name should be equal. Otherwise, your account is blocked. Somebody might have faced problems, even somebody might have seen that case. So how system will compare? You write a program to compare PAN and Aadhaar names are equal or not. Now let's suppose PAN name, a candidate PAN name might be one particular name called as, or else you can take input. Enter your PAN name and Aadhaar name. Enter your Aadhaar name. How the comparison will take place? If PAN name is equal to Aadhaar name, so that print is that your bank account is run without any issue. If in case if your Aadhaar card and PAN card name are differ from each other, else then I'll be tell you that what, your bank account is blocked or inaccessible due to mismatch of PAN Aadhaar names. So kindly change your Aadhaar and PAN should have same. This is how I'm going to write a logic. Let us execute now. Now, I'm entering my PAN card name. What's PAN card name? Venkat Manish. Venkat Manish is my name. Next. What is my other name? Venkat Manish is my name. So your bank account is running without any issue because Venkat Manish first, your Aadhaar name, PAN card number is the same. Now, I'll be execute again another case. What happens here is that Venkat Manish is my PAN name. Venkat Manish. There is a space in between. In Aadhaar, there is a space between Venkat and Manish, but in PAN card, there is no space between Venkat and Manish. So you see the output. Obviously, your account is inaccessible due to mismatch of PAN and Aadhaar names. Kindly change your Aadhaar cards and PAN card accordingly. This is how a comparison is going to be takes place. Strings comparison. So I request you guys, if you really understand, these are the exercise problems to you. Exercise problems to you. So now program 1 is that, isn't it? Write a Python program to compare expired and new password for HDFC Bank. See, let's suppose your previous password is expired. Now you are creating a new password. Your expired password should not be equal to a new password. If you give the same password again, you have to give an alert message that you should not create a new password as your expired password. If you create a new password other than expired password, it has to now this is a business law. The business rule is that rule. What is that? New password should not be equal to last 3 passwords, last 3 expired passwords. So in case if the account holder create same password, you have to alert them that you should not create same expired new password. This is how business logic will be given to you. Who is going to give you in the real-time scenario? SRS document will be given. SRS document means software requirement specification document. See, let's suppose if you are see how the software development lifecycle will be takes place. SDLC, software development lifecycle. where the first person is going to become a business analyst who will be talk to the client, and he will be collect all the business requirements. He is going to prepare a SRS. The output of a business analyst produced by the business analyst is BRS, business requirement specifications, and SRS, software requirement specifications. Those documents will be handed over to the next person is called as a designer. He'll be create a design document. This is called as a blueprint. It's a planning. We can say planning document. When we construct a house, we used to get an architecture, right? It is called as an architecture. Architecture document will be prepared by designer, and obviously class diagrams, collaboration diagrams, all these going to be created by designer. The next person will be comes into picture is coder or developer or programmer or software engineer. These are the designation. Who will be write programs. After writing the programs, the testing engineer will be comes into picture. Testing stage. So what happens at the testing stage? Validation, verification, whatever the programs are developed by coder is correctly working as per the client requirement or does by the validation and verification by the testing engineer. After completion of all the testing, if all the outputs produced according to client requirements, then the software will be deployed. Deployment stage. Deployment means install, product or project at a client location. These are the important stages where will be happen during software development life cycle. So you have to understand these are all stages are required, and the business, the program will be written like this. This is how. So you need to write a program for this particular thing, isn't it? Now similarly, you can write obviously other programs, like we haven't reached to that level. I think if statement, else statement, if else statements, controlling statements, now loop statements, all these we have to discuss. So please, if possible, you try to write this program. Otherwise, you just try to understand, because we haven't reached to that level. Still we are talking about operators concept, right? So therefore we have to be bothered about it. Yes or no? So far, do you have any doubt related to where, when, why, or comparison operators are mandatory? If you have any doubts, you can ask me, so that so Akhilesh, Bhavya, Rashika, Rudra, Venkat, Vaishnavi.
No doubts, sir.
Yes. The learning the concept is not a great thing, but depends on the requirement. Apply the particular operator is it's a skill actually. It doesn't come for everyone unless and until you need to think about a logic, which operator we need to apply, why to apply, when to apply, so that what is an expected output. All these we have to have a proper idea about it. So that's the reason I'm just asking you, about is there any doubts related to relational operators. I think we can compare strings as well as we can compare with numerical values. Both will be possible with the comparison operators. Let's go to, the next operator is going to be, logical operators. Logical operators. So what are the logical operators we have? And, or, not. These three are the logical operators. Firstly, we have to understand where we apply logical operator, why we use those logical operators. We used logical operators to compare more than one condition at a time. More than one condition at a time. See, in the previous, whenever we spoken about relational operators, at a time we are comparing one condition, means two entities characteristics. One condition we are, one characteristic from one entity, one character from another entity, one symptom from one entity, one symptom from another entity. So we are comparing binary related comparisons. But there is a moment where more than one condition, means two symptoms from one person, two symptoms from another person. At a time we want it to be compared. So whenever we want to compare more than one condition at a time, certainly we have to go for the logical either and or not, so that we can compare more than one condition at a time, isn't it? See, example. For example, let's take an example. I'm giving you demo about logical AND operator. What exactly logical AND operator will do? Electronically, programmatically, mathematically, all places AND operator is same. Programmatic, mathematic, electronic. Isn't it? AND will produce if produce true if all conditions are true. If either of the condition becomes false as a result, as a result, as a result, complete output produced by the complete output produced by the AND will be false. This is the basic nature of the logical AND operator. Let's suppose where we apply this particular logical AND operator, we have to think practical, So now, example, if the person has, temperature, body temperature is greater than 100 and breathing level lesser than 65, then only we decide it as what, corona positive. There is also Arogya Setu app we have. There is a there is a Arogya Setu app will do this particular operation. What is the logic we supposed to write? Let's suppose temperature of a person will be equal to 1 or 2. Breathing level, breath level will be 62. Now, what's the code we supposed to write? If temperature is greater than 100 and breathing level is less than 65. If both the conditions are true, then only we say that positive. Else, negative. This is how we used to write a code where to apply logical AND operator. Let me execute. So the result is what? Positive. What happens here? This 102 is a greater than 100. Yes, this condition became true. And breathing level 62 is less than 65. Yes, this condition is also true. True and true will be always true, therefore it became positive. Now either temperature is less than 100. What happens, you see? Now I'm again executing. Now I'm taking 99 your temperature. Is 99 is not greater than 100, right? This condition became failed. Even this condition become true, still the overall result will become negative because it become negative now. Because you don't have a temperature is high, but you have a breathing level problem. It might be asthma. Asthma patients might have a breathing problems, you know. It does not mean it is a corona positive. Now, obviously, this became false. This condition become false. This become true. True and false will be always false. 0 and 1 will be always 0, right? 1 and 0 or 0 and 1 will be always false. This is how logical AND operator will work. So therefore, it became negative. Now, I'll be giving temperature is high, 1 or 2, but breathing level I'll be giving you 75. 75 is not lesser than 65. This portion of the condition became false. This portion become true. Still, the overall condition, if failed, negative will be comes as out. It's negative. So what is the truth table we can say here? What is the truth table we can take? The truth table is that in the logical AND operator, temperature, breathing level, result. If two parameters, 2 to the power of 2 is 4 combinations or permutations will be generated. So now one case may be 0, 0. If both the conditions failed, we got a obviously so it's going to be a negative. One case is temperature might be lesser than 100, but breathing level might be less than 65. Still we have a negative result. 0 means negative. One case is temperature might be high, greater than 100, breathing level might be 0, which means greater than 65. Obviously in that case also you will be get negative as a corona. Only one case is that whenever you have a temperature is greater than 100, breathing level is greater than less than 65, then only we are going to get positive as a corona. This is how a truth table is going to be given. What is the definition of logical AND operator? All the conditions become true, then only the result is going to become. Either of them become a 0, condition failed, always the result is going to become what? Isn't it? false. So not only two, we can take any number of parameters. Now temperature, I'll be taking cough level. I'll be taking diabetic patient or not. I'll be taking pneumonia patient or not. Now how many combinations we are going to get? 2 to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 to the power of 5 means 32 combinations you are going to get. Isn't it? Obviously 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is a one case. Result will become a 0. Another case 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Another case is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Another case 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. 0, 0, 0, sorry, 1, 1, 1. And similarly 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is how, 32 combinations we are able to write. Yes or no? So this is how you have to notice the point. These conditions not only compare only two by the end, it also be compare more than one condition. Here we can write and cough level. Now here we are going to take cough level. Cough level is up to the 5 we are going to take. I'm taking 6. So cough level is greater than 6. It is positive. Temperature should be greater than 100. Breathing level should be less than 65. Cough level should be greater than 6. Then only it will be a corona positive. Any one of the factor will be not applicable. Then it will become a negative. This is how we can compare. So now negative because we have taken breathing level is greater than 65. But if it is taking, if I take 62, then it will become a positive because, sorry, what happened? Temperature is greater than 102, breathing level is less than 62. Yeah, it should be greater than 6. It is greater than 5. So if it is 6, means greater than 5 means it's high cough. It is positive. Right? So I hope you have understood, where, when, why we apply the logical AND operator to compare more than one condition. It can be goes up to any level. And yeah. Do you have any questions? So that I'll be wind up the class now. Of the things. Rashekar, Bhavya, Rudra, I hope you have understand the concept of logical AND operator. So let me give you
Yes,
one
sir.
example to you. So if you
Sure.
want, you can write the code for this. The code is write a Python program to validate Gmail credentials. Means what? The business logic is what? If registration time user ID is equal to login time user ID and registration time password is equal to login time password, so that inbox page is going to be visible, else inbox page is not going to be visible. This is the one logic you're supposed to write. So using logical AND operator, if in case if I add OTP also, server OTP is equal to user entered OTP. Both should be same so that inbox page is going to be successfully logged in. Otherwise, any one of the condition you have false, then the inbox page is not visible. This is how you write a code and they show tomorrow. Right?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Any questions? Yes. I hope you don't have questions. Shall I close this session?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Akash.